got a podcast thinking you should watch it. If you driving, man, it's good for you to listen. No, we keep it real. No, we spit it raw. Sports dialogue. No, it's good if I'm involved. No, we're not the news. We just cool dude with nobody to impress. Just talking our shit. Call it pressman coverage. Pressman coverage.
Welcome into Pressman Coverage, a podcast dedicated to you, the fan, the Titans fan, who watched us lose a normal, losing game, if that makes any sense. We didn't do anything crazy. We did a few stupid things, which we'll talk about in a second, but welcome in, join us. Before we do anything, got to introduce the crew. Let's talk to Mr. Mowski.
I don't know why that got me. Lynn, what do you think is more crazy? All those Wildcats we ran, or what Randy just told us that people confused him with Derrick Henry?
Yeah, we got to talk about this. So this is the conversation right before we went live. I said, Randy, you kind of look like Tony Pollard right now. He said, man, that's worse than the whole Derrick Henry thing. What Derrick Henry thing? Nobody has ever called
no
this
dreads.
man Derrick Henry. Y'all are two different skin tones, two different builds.
I used to walk around this city to give me hella love. They thought I was the king, bro. You know what I'm saying?
When y'all see Randy in person,
I get free croissants.
When y'all see Randy in person, y'all are going to see why this blasphemy is so crazy to me. He's a scat back at best. Like, I cannot believe he's built like Joey Sly.
His computer chair has to be set up on the highest setting so he can be seen.
And he has books under the computer chair.
Hey, that's crazy.
All right, so we done disrespected you enough, man. Go ahead, King Henry.
Hey. Oh, man. Listen, man. You got to laugh through the pain, guys, man. This is bad. Justin Herbert came out there doing the baseball slide, all kind of stuff. Just disrespectful in Tennessee. Don't come back to my city, by the way. Don't come back. You know what I'm saying? You got to check in next time you come through here, man. But nonetheless, man, we're here feeling good. We're on the way to that number one pick. You know what I'm saying? We're on pace, man.
Number one spot.
I'm telling you, earning that. But I'm here, fellas. But yeah, don't play on my top no more, man. They thought I was the king when I walked around.
Who was they? Just real quick. Let's just narrow this down.
And how many drinks were they in?
Yeah. Yeah. Please. If we could just narrow this down just a little bit so I know who to point to.
It definitely ain't Tony Pollard, though.
Okay. We're not doing this. All right, look, so no, because you're really about to make me mad. Let me tell you who else made me mad. The Tennessee Titans defensive line. They made me happy and mad at the same time. 6 sacks in a game was something I didn't think would happen, considering the first 6 weeks we went for a 6-sack total darn near. It was very cool to see that happen. It did take 2 of their starting tackles to get hurt, right and left. Chargers might be cooked by that going forward. But even with that, though, they were creating pressure basically all day, man. Jihad Ward, 2.5 sacks. Draymond Jones, 1.5 sacks. Sebastian Joseph Day had a sack. Cedric Gray had a sack after bull rushing a running back. Plus 2 tackles for loss for Jihad Ward. Another tackle for loss for Draymond. Tackle for loss for Cedric. Tackle for loss for T. Sweat. It's an interesting conundrum to be in. These boys are playing for Patrick Mahomes to come save them.
I'm telling you.
That's what's happening right now.
I just tried to. You might have to teach me how to do the Jihad Ward thing when you would just break it down in stats. I did it.
He be going crazy. He got a 20-minute celebration.
But listen, I'm tired of y'all, man. I'm sick of it because y'all are walking around here in the locker room. I know what happened. But Gonzi came down there in the locker room on Wednesday and said, hey, guys, we got teams calling in, man. Who want to get traded? All right, man, y'all got to go out there and ball. Everybody raising their hand. Me. Y'all just trying to get up out of Tennessee, man. And then y'all want to come out here and ball this week. I'm sick of it. It's
crazy, man. It's crazy.
It really did seem like they Borgaggi came in. He's like, whoever gets a sack gets traded.
We're going to try to see what we can do.
I've never seen them play this hard. I've never seen them play this. We've played worse offensive lines in the league.
We're going to try our best to get you out of here, buddy. Y'all going to be sick when y'all don't get no calls.
Stunts where people are slamming into the guard.
I didn't even know we did stunts.
I'm like, what is going on, dog? what is happening? I'll be honest, this was an impressive performance. Like, period. No matter what who was hurt, whatever, that's an impressive performance by a defensive line. So I know we're joking, but y'all got that in you. I never would have thought that. Like,
I
I
don't know if we
never
are
would have
joking.
thought. But hey,
It surprised me. You know what I mean? I think they seen what worked for Roger, and they like, okay, let's go out here. Let's get it.
Yeah, Roger had a sack.
He went to L.A. I want to go to L.A.
Man, I want to go to L.A.
I want to go to L.A.
No, you stuck in Tennessee, buddy. Yeah, till your contract's up.
Just
Yep.
cook, man.
You're on the books.
And Draymond Jones has been on a tear, man. I mean, you look at his last 5 games, man. I mean, he's been playing ball. He's had a sack in every game, 1.5 in this one. I mean, he's somebody, man, that like I think will end up earning. He could earn a spot with us next year as our third edge rusher. If we should decide to bring him back or whatever. I know he's just kind of a pickup guy right now. Whatever, call it what you want, but I gotta say, man, I'm pretty impressed by what he's been bringing to the table. He's been solid.
Yeah, he's up to 4.5 sacks on the season. I'm telling you, bro. I think this is all starting to turn into, we got to start performing if we want to get traded.
Yeah,
everybody's trying to get moved. To be real,
that's exactly it, man. And it's one of those games too where I will say this. I'll stick to the defensive side for a little bit. I did not notice Marcus Harris much. He had a pass deflection, and I saw him defend. But to me, that's a good thing, especially considering the inside guys that the Chargers have. They'll put Ladd on the inside. Of course, Keenan Allen all time in some of those roles. And having a tight end like they have in Gaston or Gasdinson, I don't know how to say it. But it's one of them where it's like, I'm surprised by that, honestly, that Marcus Harris had such an uneventful game. The fact that he had 1 tackle kind of tells me how much he was out of the way, per se. So shout out to him. Kevin Winston, this was our first look at him for an extended period of time. I'm sure if we look at the film, there'll be some things where he needed to clean up. But overall, I felt like he was pretty solid. Did you guys notice anything on defense that stood out to you guys this game aside from the edge rushers?
Cody Barton pick 6.
Yeah.
Hey, that was the play that gave us, just some momentum just off the rip. I thought going into it that we were going to get absolutely donkeyed. I think I had us at 42-7, and you come in, you get a pick 6. It kind of helps set the tone, kind of helps the team start to believe that you have a chance to win. And the defense played like we believed that we had a chance to win. Yeah. It's just the offense that couldn't match that energy.
I think for me, man, I'm still really impressed with Cedric Gray. I think he's stacking really good days. He had a pretty good day. Besides, I think did he get called for that face mask? I believe
he did
early in the game.
There was a face mask, but he grabbed like the opening of the helmet, not the actual face mask.
Yeah, kind of bottom of the pile type of thing. But other than that, he played pretty well, man. I think
there's 16 tackles.
Yeah, I think the game is starting to come to him. So he could be a really solid player to continue to build that defense around. So
I think so, man. And the youth movement continues, with first and second year players talking about a Marcus Harris having to fill in for the slot. Glad we didn't notice him. He'll continue to get challenged throughout the rest of the year, of course. Glad to see Kevin Winston out there, like you mentioned. Really good to see Cedric Gray kind of stepping into his role. We'll see, man, long term what it can turn into. There's been some interesting conversation around T'Vondre Sweat. And, to trade him, to not trade him. Are the Titans going to trade him? It's pretty interesting to see that flow. I don't know how I feel about it. I like Sweat as a player personally. I think next to Simmons, he can be dominant. I don't think he's good enough to be just dominant by himself. But I do think next to a star player, he's one of those guys who next to a star, he is a star because you can't do anything with him one-on-one. But if he's a guy who's getting double teamed a lot, I don't think he really has enough impact on the game to really be that star player. Jeff was getting double teamed before he was out and was still dominating at an all-pro level. I looked at a column. It was one of those charts, I should say. It's like pass rush win rate and effectiveness. He's like far top right, one of those where he's like the most dominant pass rusher in the league before he got hurt. So really cool to see that. But what are your thoughts on Sweat potentially getting traded, Cody? I know how you feel about him as a player, but I'm curious to think what you think about him trade wise.
Yeah, I really wish we could have paired, Javondre Sweat with Jeffrey Simmons all season just to see what it would look like. Their injury timelines have just not matched up.
Dead on.
It's been brutal. I mean, if you can't get like a third or fourth round pick for Javondre Sweat, then you should not trade Javondre Sweat. I don't think. I mean, if we're doing this whole deranding the team and we're getting 5th round picks, 6th round picks for Javondre Sweat, then as a fan, I'm gonna be pissed off once again. I think that's absolutely ludicrous. But what do you think about that, Randy?
I mean, I disagree with it completely. I think he's one of the pieces that you continue to just build the defense around. I don't think you need to move him. I don't think we've seen enough to come to a solid conclusion of what to do with Javondre Sweat. We haven't seen proper depth pieces around him or proper edge pieces, and to pair, like you said, to pair him with Jeffrey Simmons. We haven't got a full scope of the picture. I mean, as much as I don't like it, I wish we would have kept Roger, but we've got a full scope of Roger. We've had a full scope of Snead here. All these other players that could potentially go, we've seen what that is. With Javondre Sweat, we haven't seen enough, in my opinion, to trade him for pennies on the dollar. So I think you should keep him, build the defense around him, and then maybe decide that next year and see how we look. So
what value would you accept though if it ended up happening?
I think if it did, I think you at least need to get close back to value of what you spent on him.
A second.
That's a second or a high third. But yeah, I'm still wouldn't be pleased with that.
Yeah, no chance you get a second. I think, like, for real, man. Just an interior.
We got him top of the
lineman.
second, didn't we?
Well, yeah, we were like 53. I think it was around that pick.
Yeah.
So I think
was it not like 38?
No, you're right.
It was
you're
high.
Right. I said 50 something. I don't even know that's
It was high.
It was 38. Yeah, something around there. 39, 38. Yeah. So I think 4th is the lowest I would take for him. Anything beyond that is just blasphemy. Because the thing is, the people we're going to be trading with are good teams. So that 4th round pick is the back of the 4th as well. We made some noise and we, moved up and got a few players. I think the Ellick deal came from us being able to move up with the Ravens, I believe, to come up. So I get it, but I just wouldn't do it. For me, it's just, this is how I felt about Roger, just continuing to create holes on the team. I think that's the biggest thing with me. Like, interior line can be something that we don't have to think about. Bring back a Sebastian Joseph Day or go get another comparable piece to go with Sweat and Simmons. Don't think about interior defensive line again in terms of spending any sort of reasonable or notable capital. Focus all on the edge. I would hate to move Sweat, and now you're trying to find that piece to pair with Simmons, who I could see Simmons being a guy we give an extension to, early because of how he's played. If hopefully he will come back this season, but hopefully he looks like himself. But that's one of those things where it's like, come on, man, like let's. I get it, like you said, D ran in the team. You didn't like some of Rand's picks. I could see again. I know I mentioned this before, but Sweat being a guy whose attitude you don't necessarily love, but at the same time, man, he's a productive player. He's young. He's under contract. Why not? Why not? We can't be in the business of creating more holes for the sake of draft capital. You can move on from Draymond Jones, Arden Key, Jahad Ward, because they're all on the last year of their contract or just plain expiring deals, 1-year contracts to begin with. Move on from them. Who cares? They're all replacement level guys anyway. But having a starter that you're moving on from, that's the piece that I don't understand.
Yep. Totally agree.
We shall see. Let's talk about the offense, Cody. Lead us in the offensive conversation, man. What you thinking?
Well, to me, I don't think. I mean, Cam Ward, 12 of 21, 145 yards, 7 yards in attempt. He got sacked 4 times. I really don't think any of those sacks were on him. I think the offensive line played pretty poorly this game. Yeah. It seemed like he was kind of run for his life a lot. And I hated some of these play calls today. I hated it.
It was terrible.
it felt like active sabotage. Like, it was just like Like they didn't even want to try to win. They were just kind of. I don't understand running Wildcats when we haven't done it all year, from what I can remember, and they're doing it with a guy who runs when he has like an anchor attached to him with
They
Tony
did it with
Pollard.
Spears too.
I mean,
It didn't make any sense.
None.
I don't know, man. And then they tried it on 3rd and goal. Didn't work. Got stuffed. I mean, I don't know how much Cam Moore weighs. He's got to be at least 220 pounds, I would assume. To me, you sneak down the 1 yard line, just get it one final attempt, but they decided to hand it off. Didn't work. Yeah, man. I thought the offensive game planning wasn't good. I think Alec Iomaner, I think he's regressing. He's dropping one every game, so I don't know what's going on with him. But
I mean, I was gonna just challenge that a little bit. I mean, he started off a little rusty, I agree, but he did pick it up in the second half. When those targets came to him, and I like that Cam has confidence in him. He continued to come back to him, and he caught him. You know what I mean? I see he still got a lot he got to clean up. Like on one of those, I think Cam may have threw the ball just a little bit early, but he was coming out of his release. To me, it didn't look that clean of a release, but it's like, you know what I mean? That did kind of bother me in that first half with that. That was an important catch that he should have made, and he dropped it. All in all, I'm not gonna be too hard on Illick this year. Just give him time, let him work, but he does got to come home. He got to bring those in. He got to bring those home.
Yeah, you got to find some minimal bright spots. I mean, Gunnar Hill made a great contested catch again.
Man,
I mean, I just
get him the ball, man.
Can we not just give everybody his hands? Like, what is
like?
As soon as it touches it, I mean, it's caught. I mean,
fully extended. Dude can just catch the football, man. I like Gunnar, man. I wish he would get more burn. I really
He's super reliable. He's super reliable.
This game, our tight ends really weren't used much. And I don't know if it was something we saw. I know that they were sitting in a lot of shell coverage, 2 deep safeties. So maybe on our play actions, we decided we were going to attack the middle of the field a little bit more. But I didn't see many, tight ends, 4 or 5 yard catches, give them opportunity for yak. I didn't see a lot of that this game. And I wonder why. Maybe they took it away from us and that was their goal. I don't know. But I would love to see Chig and Gunnar get involved. But really, Gunnar, man, get the guy the ball. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, for me, when I was kind of watching Chig a little bit, I kept seeing him having to stay down, block, and then release. So I don't know if they were just trying to have extra help on the line, which really still got them cooked because, I mean, they were just stunting the heck out of him. I mean, God, dog, like Zeitler, man. Zeitler and J.C. Latham on that right side. I don't know what happened. They had a guy come just complete free and get a shot on Cam. I don't understand what's going on. It's a little frustrating. I mean, Cushenberry, man, he gave up another one this week. It's just like, man, we have to clean up this offensive line play. I don't know what it is, what's wrong, but I mean, I know we lost. I know we lost the Bill, but I don't know, man. It's rough.
Yeah, it was an interesting week. Going through and this is early. It normally takes PFF about 24 hours to have official stats, but just the quick post game stats. Lloyd Cushenberry with an 83.3 pass blocking rate, the highest out of all the starting linemen. Kevin Zeitler, 56. Peter Skoronski, 51. Dan Moore, 44. J.C. Latham, 43. That's your starting line, folks. A total of 12 pressures given up. 1 from Zeitler, 3 from Skoronski, 4 from Moore, 3 from Latham. And then 1 from Chig if you're counting with us. But it's one of those where it's like, come on, man. A sack from Skoronski, which is very rare. 2 sacks from Dan Moore, a sack from Zeitler, a sack from Latham. Everybody gets one. Come on. Yeah. Don't matter. Come on through.
Yeah, man. It all equals to 6 offensive points being scored, dude. I mean, it is so hard to watch. Everything looks just so freaking difficult, man. It's just nothing comes easy. Everything looks hard. It's just this offense is just. I mean, it's burns my eyes to watch it. It just sucks.
The defense played well enough today. I know we gave up 27 points, but defense and special teams combined, I mean, I would say, and I don't have it in front of me, but I would guess that our average starting position was beyond the 35. Like, Chimere Dike, obviously, we'll talk about him in a moment, but with a return touchdown, a pick six from Barton, like, there's no way the defense gives you 14 and then you do nothing. You can't give us 7, man. Like, just absolutely ridiculous. We are on the longest streak, which is the fourth longest currently in NFL history. We have an active streak of games with the other team scoring more touchdowns than us. We have the fourth longest streak in NFL history in consecutive games of doing that. Like, we've eventually just got to put points on the board. And you know what, though? This is back-to-back weeks where I feel like we've been inside of the 10 multiple times and walked away with nothing.
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, nothing.
It's unbelievable.
Empty-handed.
Oh.
It's crazy.
It's
crazy.
rough. I do want to talk about something, though.
You getting your jersey?
I'm scratching my back here because
He's getting his jersey.
Cody, just talk us through the experience of your boy.
Chimere Dike, once again, making plays. Every time he gets the ball in his hands, I mean, he can take it. I mean, he finally got us a punt return touchdown. I think that was the first one since like 2012.
That was exciting.
So I mean, he's a weapon, dude. I mean, he's fast. He's smart. He's got great vision. I want him utilized better just on offense. I think the past 2 weeks before this, I thought he was utilized really well. But I mean, me and Ray kind of talked about in the last pod, maybe they're going to start getting film on him and kind of figure out ways to shut him down. I mean, today he got held to one catch to 5 yards. But him on special teams, dude, I think it feels like every time he gets the ball in his hands on special teams, he's going forward. He's not, there's no like, what do you call that? Just trying to juke around in place or whatever.
No
he puts his feet in the ground and he goes.
He does, man. I mean, today, punt returns. 3 returns for 98 yards, an average of 32 return yards. He had the long of 67, which was a touchdown. In the kick return game, I had 4 returns, 117 total yards, average 29, so basically 30 with a long of 31. I mean, like, it's consistent. Every time I look up, he's running out of bounds near the 40. He gave us excellent field position. Like,
every
not
time.
In situations where, they had a couple punts, where they're punting from their end zone or whatever. But, like, there's been so many times where it's a normal kickoff, and we started the ball at the 40. They kicked the ball out of bounds, but it was no difference in him returning it. Like he's been excellent. He's been that pop that we needed in the return game of somebody who has it all. I feel like we've had smart guys who can see the hole, but just lack that burst to get it done. We had guys who were fast, but lacked the wherewithal to know when to use it, a.k.a. Jaquan Jackson. And then we've had the Mason Kinseys of the world who didn't have neither. They just ran hard. I'm going to get a concussion every kick return, coach, but I'm going to do it for the team. That's essentially what they were.
And Vrabel appreciated it. Vrabel appreciated that.
Vrabel did appreciate it.
He was Cam Scatterboo before being Cam Scatterboo was cool.
Yes. Yes. Oh, my gosh. Hey, he got more chances to return than anybody I've ever seen that did nothing longer than a 5-yard return.
It's crazy.
Like,
it's almost like, I'm telling you,
he's a cocaine crash out, man.
Rabel, like, it's just like a sicko. He just sit him out there for his own, like, sick amusement.
Go get him, boy. Head first. I love it. He's still on the team getting snaps. I don't know how Mason Kinsey is
unbelievable.
Doing this.
He's the unkillable, bro. That's the reason. Because
he survived like 5 regimes, bro. What is going on?
Hey, he's still kicking.
He is still kicking. What is, bro? Xavier Restrepo can't get on the field because of it.
They just won't fire him, bro. They won't fire him.
I gotta look at his career.
He's like Jeff Hardy, bro. Like, he just won't quit.
Oh,
like,
gosh,
he's gonna jump off. He's like Mick Foley's Mankind. He's getting thrown off the ladder. He's getting thrown off the cage, and he's getting up and coming back in there to fight the Undertaker.
Yeah, this dude has a total of 4 receptions for 26 yards for his career, dog.
And when he called him, he was a battering ram, guaranteed.
Like, his long for a punt return is 21 yards for his career. He has 19 attempts. Oh my gosh, man. They love this dude. Man.
They really do. It's unbelievable.
They love this
quick
dude.
quick
man.
question, fellas. Quick question.
What's
So
up?
now that we are bad and we still got 8 games to go in the
Now that we are
season.
bad, did
Yeah.
it just happen this game?
Yeah, I mean, hey man. I mean,
my bad. Go
we
ahead.
stepped
Go
into
ahead,
this new
11
season with some hope, man. But hey,
My bad,
they
Derrick
got
Henry.
ruined quick. Hey,
Yeah. Sorry, King.
My
hey,
bad, kid.
hey.
Oh man, my bad. Go ahead, Randy. I got you.
Oh man, hey, that's hilarious. Um, what do we do? What do you think could be appeasing to like a new coach? And how do you think they may try to approach the offseason? Do we go offense first because that is the worst of the bunch? Or like how do y'all view like the offseason going when it's all said and done? Because we can barely score points. So is that a coaching situation or talent or both? And how do we like fix that problem?
Well, we
You know
did
what I
this
mean?
exercise. We did this exercise last time with the defense. I mean, let's just do it with the offense. Who do you think's coming back on the offense next year?
I'm gonna put the
Cam.
spotlight on
Starters
them.
wise,
Yeah.
Cam
I-
one.
Cam, Dan Moore,
about-
Latham,
okay.
Skoronski, Cushenberry.
You
I-
think Spears?
Spears comes back. He's still under contract. He
6.
makes it back. Gunnar
Io
Hill will be
Manor.
starter 7. Io Manor, Chimere Dike are 2 of your starting wide receivers next year, regardless of what
Uh-huh.
happens.
I would
Whether we
think
get
so.
something better or not, I think so. What's that, 9?
About 8 or
Yeah.
9, yeah.
We're just
I mean,
missing
so-
an impact player, though.
So there's some cohesion there. I mean, I think there's pieces to work with like DK. I think you come in, you get Cam Ward, you get a Chimere DK. You think you got a great left guard and a pretty good right tackle. You would hope so. I think you kind of feel like you got some things that you can work with, and hopefully build a scheme around like a Dan Moore that's not the best, but I mean he's not Andre Dillard. So this previous regime couldn't do it, but there's coaches out there that can make this happen. Like we just happen to get the dull one. We got the crappy coach that couldn't figure out how to make it work. There's coaches out there that can make it work. So I do think there's pieces on this offense that do excite you.
I agree. And, you look at it, I think part of Vrabel's demise, and it wasn't his fault, was the fact that the O-line was so bad, and it became like an untenable situation in terms of making an offense work. I think he, along with, most of the OCs, I mean, aside from the drinking issues, I think that they did the best that they could. I know I may be doing some revisionist history here, but, the O-line, and I'm only mentioning Vrabel because he's somebody who I think we can confidently call a good coach, and he couldn't do much with it. And this O-line is better than those O-lines. Even with, I know Cam Moore's been sacked, 38, 39 times this year.
Yeah.
I know that's a real thing. I know that this O-line may not look better. I do think 20% of those sacks have been on a rookie QB figuring it out and when to let the ball go. And even based on PFF and ESPN's rankings, we're near the middle of the pack in terms of offensive lines, which is very crazy to think about. But there's a lot of metrics that go into that. I think this is an attractive destination for a head coach. You've got money. You've got a number 1 overall quarterback that you get to essentially have a fresh start with and get to almost have a built-in scapegoat as well of, well, that wasn't my quarterback. You know what I mean? Like the quarterback will go before the next head coach. And it does suck that's how it's going to be. But, the carousel continues and the head coach is just going to be at the top of the Ferris wheel. And when he gets to the bottom, he'll get his head chopped off too. But right now, GM may be kind of rolling there. Quarterback's right there with him. Normally, GM, if you draft the number 1 overall quarterback and that quarterback doesn't work out, that's your job. So we'll see. But it should be interesting. It should be interesting. Cody, do you think this is an attractive destination?
I think it has attractive pieces, but I think there's a couple of massive red flags that's within this organization that if I was a respectable head coach. That would mean I would have my guard up, and we strongly would have to think about it. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, because like, do you think like whatever said coach, if it's a well respected coach that has tenured in history, do you think they will approach in a hard negotiation with this organization to be like, hey, you got to let me do my thing? You know what I mean? Like, I know y'all try this whole structure of this, that, and the third, but that ain't working. This is how I roll. So I'm just curious of how that dynamic could go, because they tried to build within in-house with the whole Brinker, you know, was ran, Brian thing, but now how do you fix that puzzle piece, because that whole collaborative word thing has been split completely in half. So I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
it's the collaboration is between Breaker and Berganzi. The head coach is really not involved with that. Like, I know they'll let him have some say on stuff, but I really do believe they're going to try to stronghold this roster over the next few years, and we're going to go
Try
through
to
another
build it.
year of hopefully being better than what we are right now next year. But I still think we're not going to have a very strong roster, and they're not going to cut any corners to do it. That's the place where I think we're in an odd predicament, where I agree with you, Randy, where I think we should attack offense pretty heavy. And what does that mean to me? Get the best available wide receiver that pops up in free agency that fits what we need to do. Spend a second or third round pick at minimum on wide receiver, like attack it from a few different outlets. That's what I think we have to do. The thing is, no matter what we get, we're not going to be getting the superstar unless we just get somebody out of the draft that's just amazing, for a second plus round pick. Because I do think we're going edge no matter what at our first pick. Like, that's just what I think we're doing, unless we go with the trade back method that opens up the door a little bit to other options. But I hope they do enough to build around Cam. The issue is, how much do you build around him without sacrificing core reps from some of the young guys you want to see more from? You can't add that many wide receivers, considering you want to see Alec and Chim play a lot. You can't add that many tight ends, considering you want Gunner to be the number one option going forward. So how do you navigate that? You guys have any opinions on that?
I don't know, man. I mean, it's just such a hard road. Like the Jamar Chases, the Justin Jeffersons, those guys are one-of-ones, and those guys are locked up under lock and key. Like, really the way you get those guys is to draft them. And so, if you think we're going to go take the edge route, I think, I think with the way this pick, I think we should trade back and probably try to get both of them in the first round if possible.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I think everybody just needs to be properly aligned on this roster, dude. I mean, like, Ridley was never wide receiver one. He's just not that guy. When he was playing with Julio, he was great, but whenever he was kind of by himself, it was just a little different. I think Alec's probably more of a wide receiver 3. I think DK's more like a wide receiver 3. Everybody just needs to be slotted appropriately, and then get a coach in here that can formulate an offense that can make this stuff work. Because these players aren't talentless. I mean, they all got something that they can do that's really good. We just need more top tier talent to go around them.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
And I was gonna say,
Sauce.
I just wanted to add in and just say that and I think it's a way that you can get that accomplished in the draft. I mean, we just seen like how the Giants did it. I mean, with just a couple of fair swings, they were able to get an edge, running back, and their quarterback. It's essentially been able to kind of, in a sense, revamp the entire offense all in one. Even though Scatterboo is out, it just added some juice. And so I'm just wondering, is it ways to hit all of those angles, but not lose out on top tier talent. So,
And
I don't know.
the interesting thing to me about the Giants is the Giants had a number one edge rusher coming into it and a good D tackle. They had a number one wide receiver coming into the draft as well.
Yeah.
Like, without Abdul Carter, they still create pressure like crazy. They've got 3, with Kayvon Thibodeau being in there as well, on top of Brian Burns. They've got real edge rushers without him. And the fact that they added that, kudos to them. and they already had a Malik Neighbors. That's a big difference too.
Yeah.
Man.
When you're able to do that, we don't have either one of those things.
No.
None.
This
like,
team has
that's
so
the
many
thing,
holes,
like,
man. It's just insane.
Yes. The Giants can take a running back when they took a running back, like a drafted running back in a decent round, because they have a number one wide receiver and they have multiple edge rushers coming into the season. Like, they could do that. We're in a spot where this is what makes me nervous about the trade back, Cody. When you look at all the edge rushers outside of Abdul Carter, nobody has 10 pressures. Maybe this week changed it, but coming into this week, no other edge rusher had 10 pressures coming into this week, aside from Abdul Carter. That's what makes me nervous about the trade back, because it's like, do we trade back and sure we get more swings, but we miss out on the elite talent guy who actually is going to be the best of the class at his position? And I'm not saying don't trade back. That's just what makes me nervous about it. It's like, dang, man, like Michael Williams and who's the guy from Tennessee? I forgot his name, James
Pierce?
whatever his name is. Yeah, James Pierce and all those guys are doing nothing from a pass rush perspective. And maybe the bar was set too high for late first round, early second round edge rushers, but Femi is still in the top 6 of pressures, and he hasn't played in 3 or 4 weeks for edge rushers. And Femi wasn't doing much at all in terms of pressures. So that just makes me nervous, man. It makes me so
listening
nervous.
to Football and Other F Words with Stoney and Zach Lyons, and basically they were saying that you need to treat edge rushers like quarterbacks, where if you can't get one in the first round, then just don't draft one, because it seems like the ones I got to the first round are just ones that just don't produce. But yeah,
feels like it's like that every year too.
I was kind of just over here kind of glancing through some of the free agents that are coming up next year, and there is not a lot to choose from. It's very very dry. So
yeah, and I know we'll have an episode coming up soon where we'll dive deep into the free agency conversation. I just want to point out something. This is how bad our team is. We're doing a recap episode and haven't mentioned anything in the last 20 minutes about the Chargers. We are just slaw. We don't care about we're just in look forward mode. At the end of the day, we're in fact finding mode. Who deserves to be here next year? And how do we position ourselves in the best long term? How do we position Cam Ward to be successful long term as well?
Yes.
Let's close with this if we don't mind. Tell me what you thought about Cam Ward's performance today. I'm in an odd spot, but Sauce, I want to hear from you. Cody, I'll hear from you, and then we'll wrap.
Cam, I mean, to me, he had an okay day. He had some stuff that was okay. I like some of them. His ideas of movement in the pocket. I could kind of see what he was trying to do, and I like some of the rollouts that he had, but it wasn't too much that was just like, okay, this was a good game from Cam. This was an okay game. It was some things he needed to clean up, some things that was okay. He'll look at the film, fix them, move forward. But I am optimistic for the future and just, his progression as a player. And, I think he can become our franchise quarterback. I do see flashes in him that to me, is exciting and encouraging, but overall it was okay day.
Yeah, I thought he was.
Cody, what do you think?
I thought he was decent. He didn't really have like the big wow play that he typically has, like one a game where it's just like, okay, he's like the number one pick for a reason. He didn't really have that many flashes. I think he had like 50 yards at halftime passing, so that was pretty brutal. But yeah, I mean, he hit the one with Gunner. I thought that was a great throw. It was really a seed. I mean, he put it right in there. So, yeah, I mean, I give him like C-.
My bad to cut you off, Cody. I just wanted to add in two came back to me. One, he put it right on the money for Van Jefferson. If Van Jefferson would have worked back to that ball, he either could have got a pass interference. Yeah, but he put that right on the money. So like that was encouraging. And then he had to do so much to work outside of the pocket when he tried to readjust and adjust his feet and throw a wide open one to, I think it was Van Jefferson. He was wide open. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. He just underthrew it. You know what I'm saying? It just was mechanics on that situation. But my bad, Cody. I just wanted to throw that out.
What do you think, Lou?
Yeah, I can say this about Cam. I do think that he is a good enough to, at minimum, be an average starting quarterback. Like, I think he has the talent to do that at minimum. Like, I don't think he is a backup level quarterback. His decision making seems to be sound in most occasions. He had one almost pick in this game, but his decision making is normally pretty sound. His movement in the pocket is typically pretty sound as well. Of course, footwork is something he's got to work on, but I do think he has that potential to at least be that. And at the end of the day, that's a franchise quarterback, a guy we can depend on to be a starter for 4 or 5+ years. I'm still waiting on the, oh my gosh, full game from him. I do want to see that by the end of this year. And I think that it is possible, but the problem is his supporting cast is just not good. Like there's not that one piece that can just explode with him. And maybe it's Chimere Dike having a 120, 150-yard game alongside of him, but it's just like
Give us the Will Levis game. Give us 4 touchdowns, please.
Yeah. And the irony is that game, sure, he threw those 4 touchdowns and he didn't have as many passing yards in that game as Cam had in the game 2 games ago. But let me see that at least. Let me see a multi-touchdown game. Let me see that. Yeah. Like at this point, give us touchdowns. And we do have time left. And I'm not one of those people that's given up on Cam. I don't think these last 3 weeks he's played poorly at all. He's been solid, but 145 yards, 57% of completion. I can't. We got to see more, and I think we will. He's young, he's developing, but when your O-line can't hold up, you can't get the run game started because you're down in games, and you don't have any elite receivers that you can just rely on. I mean, hey,
tough sledding out there. if you're surrounded by crap, you're gonna get some crap on you. So
it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
I'm really hopeful that we can get a coach and surrounding cast, a complete coaching staff that can unlock this team. Like I think his piece is there. Like I said, man, nothing burns in me deeper than when I see like teams like the Vikings figure it out. I see teams like the Bengals. They just went out, even though they lost, they unlocked Joe Flacco and he's out there putting up 40 points. It's just like, it's things like that where it's like, okay, you're going to be faced with adversity, but like, why do we have to just like roll over? We can't fight and lose. Like, put up some points and lose at least. Like, why are we only scoring 7 points? Like, you telling me ain't nothing you could do to draw something up to like nothing.
We got the worst trick plays.
You know what I'm saying? Like y'all on the one. Like, I'm getting pissed off now. Y'all are on the one. Like, I try to keep it cool this entire episode. Y'all are on the one, and you're telling me you have Cam Ward that even got you down there in the first place, and you can't do a rollout, a bootleg, something. You want to try to do a Wildcat?
If sabotage.
A Wildcat run with Tony Pollard? Okay.
The last Wildcat, the play action.
They ran a fake to Cam Ward.
Yeah.
That's worse than running a read option with Will Levis. That's worse than running.
It's what I'm talking about, bro. It's that type of stuff. And you go out there, you see the Vikings. J.J. McCarthy ain't played, and I don't know when. He come out there and ball out. Like, you can't tell me Cam can't ball out. He can do that, but it's just like,
I think this one will work, Mike.
Bruh.
Hey, Cam.
I think you just catch him off guard.
On this left side, then we're going to shift over. You're going to be the running back now, Cam. We're going to take the snap. We'll fake it to you. Defenses will never expect that you actually get the ball. So that fake, that should draw in the linebackers. What are we talking about, dog? What are we talking about? And it's with Tajay Spears.
They had too much coffee that day.
They had too much.
They were in there late night on Halloween. They were in there late night on Halloween.
I need to talk to you about something, Mike. Bones Fossil's in your ear the whole entire game.
Like, what is going on?
Interim? Should he have been the interim, dog? Why is the special teams coach the one that's talking to you?
He's trying to be like, hey, you might want to call this right now. This looks like this
y'all
is going
got two of the oldest Negroes on our goddamn staff just whispering to each other the whole game, and y'all came up with that. I know y'all do. Oh my!
Do you think Cam get mad if we send Joey Sly
grandson
out there?
drew this up.
What do you think? You think he can make it from here?
My great grandbaby said this will work. Thank you, little Henry. Shut up. All right, look, I'm done, man. We spent 45 minutes. Look, I do want to say this.
40,000.
First of all, like, comment, subscribe. We're at 40,000 subscribers. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I want to also say you're going to be seeing a lot of us here soon. So buckle up. We got some bye-week stuff coming for you. Some stuff that's going to make you just as mad as you are every single Titans game. But hopefully we'll bring some hope in there with it. At the end of the day, man, we love you guys. Thank you for spending some time with us. Any closing words from the fellas?
I watch this team weekly, and I use the 2 H's. I watch out of habit, and I hope that it gets better.
I like that, Cody. You're real Shakespeare. I like that.
That's it. Every week I say I'm not even gonna watch the game, and I end up watching it. And,
yeah, I'm gonna watch it anyway. It's like,
and I get. I'm not even gonna get mad this game.
They find different ways to piss you off, dude. That read option with Cam Ward was something I never thought that I would see. But he wasn't even the one that was reading the option. It was
like we just.
They'll never know what hit him.
Fourth quarter.
Unbelievable.
He said, I got it. I know how we'll score points against the Chargers. I know it.
I know Amy's like, for every loss, an extra 10 grand. Get it done. He's like, I've got just the play, and we're going to run it 3 times. Oh, man. Anyways, shutting up. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with us. As always, peace out. Be safe.
Press man.